that the gospel does not fall from the clouds like rain by accident, but it is brought by the hands of men and women to whom God has sent it. It's been preordained of God that you and I would be gathered here in this sanctuary today. God declared from the beginning of time, just as he said unto Jeremiah, I knew you even before you were formed in your mother's womb, that I would call you to be a prophet. I knew you even before you were formed in your mother's womb, that you would be a member of Real Joy Family Fellowship. I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb, that I will cause you to go out to the highways and byways and compel me. I knew you before you was formed in your mother's womb, that I will be making you a laborer in the vineyard of the Lord. So before anything that you can exclude, I want you to include the fact that God already preordained your walk before you got here. Yes, yes. So when I declare, calling all laborers, you are the laborer who's been called. I was sent on a mission on this morning to alert, to shake up, to motivate all laborers to get busy in doing the will of God. For the harvest is plenteous. Somebody out there needs to hear about the Lord and what he has done in your life. Somebody out there needs to hear how the Lord woke you up this morning and started you on your way. Somebody out there needs to know that how he looked beyond your fault and supplied your enemy. Somebody out there needs to know how he healed your sick body. Somebody out there needs to know how he made a way out of no. Somebody out there needs to know what the Lord has done for you. But the thing is that the average churchgoer only goes to church to get their emotions fed. Only goes to church to be concerned about me and my freedom. But God says, listen, I saved you that you may serve me. God says, the place in which I promised your forefathers is yours. But I don't want you to go there alone. He said, there's some of my children who's caught up in the worldly system. There's some in whom I've chosen, just like I chose you, that is under the bondage of the enemy. There's some out there who the enemy's foot is upon their neck, and I need you to go out there to be able to lift that enemy's foot off their neck so they can come on this journey I'm sending you on. He said, I didn't call you to go alone. He said, I called you to go tell some of your co-workers just how good I've been to you. He said, I called you to call up your family and tell them what the Lord has done in your life. He said, I called you to go out to your neighborhood and let your neighbors who you see washing a car every Sunday morning, invite them over to the kingdom so they can come down to this road of divine destiny with you. So the time in which we find ourselves in is a very surreal moment, because people, if you have a television, you will see that the enemy is privately and publicly destroying people's lives. How could someone ever get to a point where he decides that because I don't have a job no more, because I can't support my family no more financially, I'm going to kill not only myself, but I'm going to kill my wife and my children, because I don't have no money to support them. How could one get to that state of living? I guess the average believer or the average Christian would ask that question. But a Christian would already know the reason why he took his life and his wife's life and his children's wife's life, because he was not introduced to life. And that's only in Jesus. If you don't know the surrealness of this message and understand that God wants to use you and you season of lack. The world is going through a season of unassuredness. The world is going through a season where the system that once was is no longer of support. It looks dark for the world. But the darker it looks for the world, the brighter it looks for the church.